I'm Paul Perkins with the check of your ag weather. After highs this afternoon in the upper 70s to the mid-80s and thunderstorms depart to the east, our forecast turning dry for tonight through most of Friday as a ridge of high pressure builds across the western U.S. Westerly winds tomorrow make it the warmest day of the year so far with highs in the upper 80s to the mid-90s. In behind a weak cold front, Thursday and Friday not as warm with highs in the 80s and a few low 90s. Occasional thunderstorms return for Friday night through Tuesday. Higher chances are Friday night when low pressure and a cold front track to the east. Right now, the chances of severe weather are low. Highs cool into the upper 70s to the mid-80s for the weekend and Monday, even slightly cooler than normal highs for next week. That's a trend that's reflected in our long-term forecast. The current outlook indicates slightly cooler than normal temperatures the early half of next week in Nebraska and Kansas. Nebraska and Kansas temperatures trend closer to seasonal the late half of next week through June 17. Towards the middle of June, our central Nebraska highs are typically in the low 80s with average overnight lows in the upper 50s. Nebraska and Kansas rainfall for Sunday through June 17th expected to be mostly near normal. Key weather factors the markets are watching include less storminess in the U.S., Western Europe staying wet, and the Black Sea region expecting more heat and dryness. Today, a cold front sparks briefly heavy rain and locally severe thunderstorms from the upper Midwest southward across the southeastern plains and the Mississippi Delta. That front sweeps into the eastern U.S. tomorrow and Thursday while weakening. Total rainfall should reach 1 to 3 inches in scattered locations across the eastern half of the U.S. For the plains and Midwest, the rainfall continues to make it difficult to finish planting, but keeps conditions good for early growth. Summer-like heat continues across the deep south and further expands and intensifies in the western U.S. The western hot spell peaks during the mid to late week with high temperatures frequently topping 110 in the desert southwest. Across central and southern Brazil, dry conditions and warmer temperatures continue to be unfavorable for second crop corn moving into maturity. The drier weather is helping floodwaters to recede in far southern Brazil. Some winter wheat planting may start in far southern Brazil, but chances are low due to the damage to infrastructure and continued wet soils. In the Black Sea region, hot and dry weather is a concern for both heading winter wheat and developing corn. Rain this week favors the northwestern Black Sea region, while most wheat areas stay hot and dry through next week. Towards Europe, scattered rain continues into next week, a benefit in some areas while slowing the crop development in other locations. With the check of your ag weather, I'm Paul Perkins.